So, dann gehen wir mal runter und sprechen mal mit Jeb. Mal schauen, was uns der zu sagen hat.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Chief Inspector?
I fear your admirer has struck again, Poirot. We haven't yet identified the victim, but it's a young woman, 20 to 25 years old. Death occurred last night between 11:30 and 1 o'clock, and we found an ABC guide on the body.
Was she pretty?
Come on, Poirot, that's rather out of place. It has no bearing on the murder.
Are you certain? For women, it is often the most important thing. It often decides their destiny.
The body hasn't been moved. You can see for yourself.
Has the press been informed?
Not yet, but I'm planning to. I haven't yet informed them about the presence of the ABC guide in Andover.
Nobody has reported a young woman missing?
Not for the moment.
No witnesses, I imagine.
Indeed. We've asked everybody who may have met a young woman fitting her description last night to come and see us, but I have little hope of gaining anything from it.
It's early days, Chief Inspector, and the news may not have spread around the town yet.
I hope you're right, Hastings.
So, dann schauen wir sich die Leiche mal an.
A braided silk belt. It may have belonged to the victim. The young woman wasn't wearing shoes or a coat, and was not carrying a bag. That's strange. Either the murderer stole her belongings, or she put them somewhere safe. Maybe so that she could bath. The guide is open at the page for the Bexhill train times. This key is too small to be one for a house. Without a doubt, it is for a padlock. These marks have been left by a rope or a braided cloth. She was a great beauty. Strange that chap didn't notice it. Apart from the marks on her neck, there are no signs of the struggle. She didn't manage to hit her assailant. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Auf welche Weise wurde das Opfer ermordet? Sie hat sich einmal nicht gewehrt. Es gab einen geflochtenen Seidenschal. Und das Opfer hat Spuren am Hals.
The poor child must have been strangled with his braided belt. Unfortunately, in view of the fabric, it is unlikely that we will find any prints. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Welche gemeinsamen Punkte gibt es zwischen dem Mordfall in Andover und dem in Bexhill? Also auf jeden Fall das mit der Seite von Bexhill aufgeschlagene ABC-Kursbuch. Ups, okay. Die zwei Kursbücher waren's. Kursbücher. Wurden die Verbrechen von Andover und Bexhill vom selben Täter begangen? Die Presse weiß nichts von dem Kursbuch.
The medical officer should confirm that the victim was strangled with her own belt.
That's what I thought. She shows the usual signs of strangulation.
With a little luck, we'll find Prince this time.
You are too optimistic, Hastings. Our killer is far too meticulous for that.
Wir haben den kleinen Schlüssel hier gefunden und wenn wir den näher untersuchen, können wir feststellen, dass es die Nummer 6 ist. Jetzt gehen wir zu der Kabinennummer 6. Das ist die hier. So, da können wir die Nummer 6, wenn wir draufklicken, einmal umdrehen.
The number is upside down. This is definitely at number 6.
Und hier ist die Nummer eingeritzt 715. Das brauchen wir gleich für das Schloss.
A dual locking padlock. I need to find the code and then insert a key.
Und jetzt können wir den kleinen Schlüssel hier einsetzen. Und voilà, die Tür ist offen. So, da haben wir mal die Schuhe.
It definitely was here that the victim left her belongings. The
Tasche.
purse is full. Yet again, we can dismiss theft as the motives for the murder.
Und das
Here
Bild.
is the watch she must have removed to prevent it from getting wet. A top brand lipstick. She liked to take care of her appearance. As well as a photo of the victim with some company. It could be useful to me. Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Barnard, 7 August 1931. So, the young lady did have a name starting with B, and she worked as a ginger cat, an establishment that must be slightly further along the beach.
Jap has gone to the police. The victim has been identified and her family had reported her disappearance. She was called?
Elizabeth Barnard, mainly Betty. She worked as a ginger cat at the cafe slightly further along the beach.
But Poirot, how on earth?
Never mind. Do you have her address?
Yes, she lived with her parents on the street leading to the beach, number 22. Shall we go?
You are far too impatient, Hastings. Let the poor people take in the news first. Let us go and visit the cafe where Betty worked.
Dann mal auf ins Ginger Cat.
With all these tourists, these shops must be thriving.
I'll be with you in a minute, gentlemen.
Kein Problem, wir schauen uns in der Zwischenzeit um.
This is a well-laid table. Nothing is out of place and, above all, no creases.
Und wieder ein Spiegel im Hintergrund.
What a pity. I don't have any change to make it work. Something tells me that she's the owner of the ginger cat. This woman must be the owner of the ginger cat. It looks like something is bothering her.
How can I help you?
A hot chocolate and a tea for my friend, please.
I'll bring it straight away.
Und wir können uns in der Ruhe alles anschauen.
I need to know the time range during which Betty was working on her own. These are the different waiting staff's bills. Which ones were written by Betty? Where is Betty? Betty worked from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Would she have been alone at any time during her service? Interesting. Betty was alone between 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Who did she serve?
So, jetzt müssen wir rausfinden, wen sie zwischen 5 Uhr, also zwischen 17 und 19:30 Uhr bedient hat.
Most probably a single man, a whiskey lover. Maybe the murderer? This bill may have been written by Betty. There is probably another one. Most probably a family. Betty served a family and a man on his own, a whiskey drinker. Maybe the murderer. This information will help me to progress.